Mm. Oh yes.
All right, what's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. This is Fight Talk with the BMAs, the basic MMA analyst. I'm joined by my partner in crime, Slick. I'm back in London. We've been able to coordinate again. We are a day or two late
Finally.
for fights, just because I was traveling back from New York on Sunday while the fights were happening and stuff like that. So I didn't get a chance to watch the fights. So yeah, just a bit of disconnect because of traveling and whatnot. But next week I'm back in Singapore. I feel like we can get back on track and whatnot. But yo, Slick, how you been, man? You been good?
I've been very well, very well. I've been enjoying this like rare kind of heat we got going on here.
I'm enjoying it too, man. I mean, what I like about this compared to Singapore, it's not humid. Whereas in Singapore, it's just pure humid. So I love this heat.
A little bit of breeze as well. That new top you got going on there.
Spider-Man top.
Yeah. Where'd you get that from? Ali?
What's that?
Where'd you get the top from? AliExpress?
I don't know. Mrs. got it from somewhere. It might be Taobao or something, which is kind of like Alibaba or whatnot. But she got it from my birthday. I don't think I've worn it properly much. But yeah, I just came back from the gym. Literally, still, even though I'm traveling, I just want to keep up the work on my knees or my joint. I've been thinking a lot about my training and whatnot, and the stuff that I do in the gym. Of course, I'll do strength and conditioning and stuff, but I want to focus a lot more on longevity. So that's why I'm doing a lot more of those knees over toe stuff, and even following some of the stuff they do for shoulders and all that sort of stuff. So it's all about longevity, man. My body's getting fucked up with all this training I'm doing. I need to get some good training in for longevity.
Jeez, how's the knee coping anyway? And longevity sounds like a really good idea too.
Yeah, no, the knee's cool. The knee's cool. Before I came to UK, I got back into training, MMA, jiu-jitsu and whatnot. You said you're gonna go light, but during MMA or during jiu-jitsu, you kind of flow a bit harder and whatnot. But I was easy. I was telling my partners my knees hurting, and then slowly working off that. But yeah, I think it's good. Look, I don't know if it's ever gonna be better. I don't know how people go through it, but I can always feel a little something. But when I go back to Singapore next week, I'm gonna get back into training and just need to get into it, man. My goal before I leave Singapore possibly is I want to get my purple belt before I leave. And my coach says I'm there. I just need to, I've had some consistencies, mostly excuses to be fair, but injuries, obviously lack of restrictions and stuff that have come off now. But yeah, I want to get my purple belt, but four stripe blue belt. I could get my purple belt before I leave, so that's my goal. That'd be awesome.
Go get it. Like, put that down as one of those to do, not even to do list, must do list.
Yeah,
a must. Get it done. That will feel real good.
Definitely, that's the goal. That's the goal, man. My coach is here. They don't know I'm trying to leave anyway, but they've been great coaches, man. The Evolve MMA, I have to say, yes, it's a commercial gym. Yes, loads of issues, blah, blah, blah. But some of the coaches really do care. Like I said, the MMA coach, Eddie, fucking amazing. The jiu-jitsu coaches, some of them we have amazing. Some of the Muay Thai coach, like, they really do care. But again, it's, with the Muay Thai and whatnot, I know this is a commercial, it's business. They're trying to cater for loads of people in the class. So it's never going to be that independent one-on-one training. But if you was to ask them and stuff, and when they do go through technique, they do generally want to teach you the technique, which I think is a good thing. But I want to get my purple belt, so that's the goal.
Go get it, man. Like, look, 21st of June 2022, you've put that out there in the ether. Let's make it happen. Write it down.
Sick, man. That is it. Cool. Other than that, let's talk some fights. Oh, before that, real quick, Zabit. I know we should talk about the fights, but I met Zabit, bro. And then he retired.
Who's next?
Idris, what's up? You can't come on camera, man, please. My little nephew's coming. I tried to block him from the camera. But I met Zabit in New York City. How crazy was that, man? I couldn't believe it. And then he sends out the official note that he retired.
And we were just talking about him, like, just a couple of weeks ago. And then like, I see an article about him retiring, and then you see him, and then he tells you obviously what he's gonna tell everybody, which is mind your business, basically.
You're gonna tell some random dude, bro. It was funny because we're walking in Times Square, and then I see some Russian dude, cauliflower ears, taking pictures. I was like, oh, I wonder who that is, and I'm just looking, and then I look to the side a bit, and I just see Zabit, Abe Lincoln, bro. I just looked and I
Hey,
was like,
Lincoln
I was
in
awkward, but I'm an awkward guy. I'm socially awkward. So when I
Kattar.
see someone in our world who's famous, I'm even more
Yeah.
socially awkward. And then it was him
Wow.
who went to me. He nodded to me. Same thing that poor Daly did to me back in the day. He nodded to me, and
You can
then
see
because
it.
Zabit is Muslim, I was like, "Oh, salam alaikum, brother," and I started talking to him.
Yeah.
It was awesome, bro. And then I just had that moment, like trying to talk to him. Obviously, he didn't understand what I was saying. I was asking him, "Are you retired?" Sorry, Idris, no. You can't come on camera, please. On the next one, I'm just doing a work call. Yeah, next one. Come up in 5 minutes. I help you.
Little man, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, please.
Oh,
Come on, kid.
so I'm awkward. Okay, I'll come down and I'll see it. Please give me 30 minutes. Let me finish this work call. Yeah, go on, just go.
Come on, kid.
And
Give
then
me some Haribo, man.
I know
Yeah.
he's eating chocolate now anyway. So yeah, I was socially awkward. We were trying to talk. I was asking him if he's retired. Are you still fighting for UFC? And he was like, And then
Well,
after,
technically, he was.
what's that? He said yes, but he ain't gonna tell
Bob
me.
said technically, when you asked him, he was until he officially said so. So he
I
didn't
guess
lie.
so. Yeah, I guess so. And then that's it, man. I was gonna walk away. I was like, "Oh, salam alaikum. I'm a big fan. Please keep doing what you're doing." And I was about to walk away, and then someone else asked, "Can I get a picture?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like I should get a picture." I was enjoying the moment so much. I didn't even ask for a picture.
Yeah.
But then I asked him, and then I don't know, like, because I had that little conversation, I felt like it was more than just a picture. It wasn't just like look at him and say, "Can I get a picture?" It was more like, salam alaikum. You know what I'm saying? When you say that to someone,
Yeah. You broke the ice. It's interesting that that the second time that you met a fighter, I'm guessing you met eyes. He saw the excitement in yours and was like, yeah, he knows what's up.
The excitement and the awkwardness, the weirdo, but I probably look like such a weirdo.
Just like some wide-eyed kid. Hey.
But that's I mean, again, it just shows the characteristics of who they are. They're humble dudes. They were like hello, and they acknowledge, rather than just like, oh shit, here we go. But no, they acknowledge the fact that he's a fan and whatnot. And I don't know how to speak to people. I don't know how to speak to people in general. How am I going to speak to a famous dude? You know what I mean? All I want to do is just be normal, if that makes sense. I don't want to be that weirdo. I just want to be normal. But I don't know.
Maybe your weird is the normal, and we're the ones who are weird, right? Maybe.
You never know. Well, everyone's normal in their own way, I guess, and they're all weird in their own way. However you want to say it.
Exactly. We're all strange anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
That's it, man. That's it. Well, let's get into some fights, man. Look, let's talk about the card that just happened, and then we can try and recap on last week, because we didn't. Last week was a big one in Singapore. We didn't really get a chance to bounce off each other's ideas and whatnot. But let's let's talk about this one, and then we can talk about.
Let's jump through then, because we're limited on time. So let's keep the pace.
Cool. So let's start with the main fight, because this card was awesome all the way through.
Wait. Hold on. We're talking UFC 275, yeah?
No. Let's talk Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett. That was the most recent fight.
All right.
So then we'll go back. Yeah. So look, this card, it was in Austin, right? And it was freaking amazing all the way through. Yeah. I did watch the main 3 fights on the main card, then I watched a couple prelim ones. But bro, like Josh Emmett, man. I mean, man, that basically Calvin Kattar. Did you watch the fight?
I did watch that fight. That was a hard fight.
That was a hard fight.
That was a hard fight. I mean, like, facially, I would have said that Josh Emmett lost. Looking at the damage,
it
looks like it looks like he lost. That's a hard one to call, man.
It was tough one. I felt like Josh, every time he struck or he went in with bad intentions. There was no like setting up the
range. No, it was just overhand.
He felt like he felt the most effective ones, where Calvin Kattar's one was more, controlling with the jab, touching him up, getting the range and stuff. It was a great back and forth fight. I think maybe people might have been, I don't know if they were counting out Josh Emmett, but I think you kind of thought Calvin's gonna take it, but Josh Emmett put the fight on him, boy.
He had to. I feel like Josh Emmett. There was an article about him recently saying that, like, what happened to him? Like, what's the mystery behind him? And it's because he's not on social media. He doesn't do any of that stuff. If he's out of the ring, you don't hear about him. And then he has like some really good fights, like amazing like wins and so on. And then you don't hear anything. and there's no like he's not fighting anybody bigger yet. So it's kind of like this dark horse in a sense. And obviously Kattar's been fighting the Max Holloways and the who else the TJ Dillashaws and so on. So of course he's gonna have the more hype. So Josh Emmett had more to kind of prove, I feel, and he brought it.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what you're saying. He doesn't. He's not in that limelight, so it's kind of like, because he's been around for ages, and he's just having this reimbursement of I don't know, man, just smashing it right now. And I don't know if he deserves the title fight next. I mean, you got Aljo versus Dillashaw that was announced, right?
Yes, it was.
Yes, so as far as I know, is I was just watching the podcast with Aljo on Rogan, but that was a couple of weeks ago. But I swear I saw something at him and Dillashaw. They what do you call it? Actually, wait, is that in the same category? Hold on.
Which one?
Is that in the same weight class? Calvin Kattar, did he fight Max Holloway?
Yeah, Max Holloway did. He whitewashed him, man. He
was him when Max Holloway bust him up, innit? But wait, that means Aljo's not in the same. That's a weight class above. What am I talking about?
Yeah, that is a different weight class.
Yeah. So we're talking about.
You're talking about Aljo versus TJ, yeah, and then.
No, I brought up Aljo because I thought Josh Emmett and Calvin Kattar are in the same weight class, but I'm thinking of something else. It's not the same weight class. Josh Emmett and it's the same weight class as Volkanovski, and he's fighting Max Holloway again. Yeah. So that I mean, to give Volkanovski or Holloway new blood, I mean, Josh Emmett could be the next in line.
Could be new blood. I don't remember seeing him like with his jiu-jitsu. Have you? Josh Emmett?
No.
And his wrestling? I don't really remember.
I think he's got a wrestling pedigree. I don't know the exacts of it, but I think they're both wrestlers. I mean, yeah, I think he's got wrestling pedigree in there.
Okay, I mean, that's the only thing that I can't like vouch for with him. But other than that, he's a solid fighter.
Definitely. And Calvin Kattar is young. I think he's still got a long way to go. This is not really the good thing about MMA and UFC and whatnot. A loss doesn't mean you're done. I love that about MMA.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's not a massive setback for him. Like you said, he's young, and he didn't take a hell of a lot of damage. I mean, from what we could see anyway. I don't know. He might be on serve medical suspension for 3 months in a couple of days. We don't even know yet. But but for now, he seemed like he didn't receive a hell of a lot of damage. So that's good.
Yeah, cool, awesome, great fight, man. I mean, the whole card was good. The next one was Tim Means versus Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland back with that submission.
That was a good fight, man.
Good fight.
But Kevin Holland, like sometimes I see him dip his head when he goes for his punches, and I'm like, ooh.
He's so fun though, man. He's so fun to watch. He's so fun on the mic. He's just good in it. Like he's just like all-round sort of superstar, and I think he'll get up there once. I think he could be champion, and he could be a superstar, a legit superstar with his attitude.
There is definitely space for him there. You see that he took down he did some kind of hero act. Maybe he like stopped the thief again. So I think that's twice he's done some kind of heroic kind of deed for the community. So yeah, there's definitely space for him. I just feel like scared every single time he goes in for certain exchanges and he kind of dips his head off awkward. I'm like, yo, man, somebody else, somebody else will capitalize on that. But yeah, love the guy.
He's awesome, man. I think so. Yeah, great for him. I think he's going to grow more, and I love the fact that he keeps fighting. I think this just makes it fun to just see him constantly active.
One other thing about him as well, sorry to cut, is I think he's been working with wrestlers more now, hasn't he?
Yes, I know he was at DC and them lot. Then he trained with Johnny Hendricks. I don't know where he is now.
Right. Okay. Well, I just thought, given the fact that he won with a submission and his ground game looked improved, I'm thinking maybe those things are linked together.
Maybe. I'm sure he's working on it because that's what, when he was on his win streak, that's what got him down, right? Derek Bronson. Who else was it? Someone else after that, just wrestling, took him out.
That was it. So yeah, man. Yeah, just thought I'd add that.
Yeah. Next one after that was Joaquin Buckley and Albert Derev.
Yeah, him.
There was some like bad blood between these two, right? I think
I didn't even hear about that.
Dean Thomas was talking about it on the commentary. He was saying that they used to be training partners, and then Albert was saying something about he took the fight because he said it was going to be an easy fight just because they used to be training partners. So partners. So Joaquin kind of took that obviously as an insult, and he went at it. But he went at him. He dropped him many times in that fight, bro.
I think I must have. I haven't seen all of it. I was struggling to get all the fights on repeat. I think they probably be there now, but I'll yeah, it's definitely worth a look.
Check it out because they don't come out in the UK. They don't come out on Fight Pass straight away. Whereas in Singapore, all the fights, the main card, everything's always on Fight Pass straight away. So I'm a little bit annoyed by that because even for myself, I had to find. I could watch the prelims, but the main card I had to find other means to watch it. So a little bit annoying. I pay for Fight Pass, right, every week, monthly subscription. So it's a shame that in certain regions you can watch it straight away, or you can watch the fights live. But in UK, so a bit annoying. But I mean, look, you got to watch that fight. Joaquin Buckley came out and he stopped the fight in the second round. Well, after the second round finished, during the 1 minute recovery time is when they called off the fight. I mean, my guy Albert just couldn't. His eye was closed, and Joaquin dropped him many times in the fight. He came out like he was upset with it. That way, man. People were beating him.
Up. See, that's what they always say. You don't talk shit about what happens in the gym.
Yep.
That's what happens. There's been a few people that have done it, and they normally get their ass bust.
Yeah.
I remember Patrick Cummins said all that sweet stuff about Cormier. He got his ass busted. You look at Cody Garbrandt putting out that video of him dropping TJ. Got his ass busted twice. It's bad juju, man.
That's it. Keep that. And plus, if you're old training partners, why should there be like beef? Like, because you learn off each other. Like, there should be. I mean, maybe if you're in the gym and shit went down, but if in general, like, you learn off each other, you help each other grow, then why should there be? I mean, Joaquin after the fight said, "Nah, listen. In the fight, I'm gonna beat his ass. After the fight, it's all love." You know what I'm saying? So,
that's. I think it's great that these guys can legally beat the shit out of each other, get paid for it, and add on to the fact that they might have a grievance with this person, settle it square. That's amazing.
Yeah, 100%. That's the only business ever that allows you to do it, like to fight someone that you don't like or have a problem with, or like, I mean, whatever, like you fight anyone. But yeah, if you have a problem with someone, that's what I love about Dana and the UFC. They don't get political with shit. And Dana always just says, well, they can go in the ring and he can do something about it, right? I remember one time, a recent one, I can't remember, a couple of months ago or whatnot, the Israeli dude called a Palestinian guy, I feel it was Palestinian or Afghan, they called him a terrorist, right? In the weigh-ins or whatnot. And then I feel it was Palestinian or the Israeli, the Afghan dude, I think he choked him out or knocked him out or whatnot. And Dana was like, well, he did what he had to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, that was his opportunity to do what he wanted to do. And he beat him up, simple. And that's what Dana was like, yeah, like, I don't get involved because they're going to get in there and fight, So,
Madness. Let me throw this one at you. What do you think about Joanna getting into the Hall of Fame at some point?
Yeah, I mean, I think she deserves it, man. She put on a great win streak. Remember, she was like strawweight champion. She was strawweight queen, right, for the longest time.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk I think she deserves it. You know what I mean? I mean, she made an impact in that division. Put it that way. I mean, sometimes it feels like they give out those like freaking Happy Meal toys and whatnot, Hall of Fames and whatnot. But she deserves it because she ran that division for a while, bro. So I mean, we could talk about those fights real quick just to finish off in the prelims. I think you should watch the whole card, man, because everything was a freaking knockout and all that sort of stuff. But there was the guy who got an argument with Cormier was interesting. Fought Phil Horns versus Darren. You can check that fight out again. Phil Horns again bosses Darren up with elbows, man. He really found the range and smacked him up with elbows. But interesting, after the fight, he had a little back and forth with Cormier, which was interesting. I mean, I don't know why you would do that. Cormier is a legend on that platform. I don't know, but maybe it's the adrenaline, but Cormier was just like, don't do that. Don't do it like that. Like Cormier is so, I mean, Cormier is a badass dude, but he can fight, obviously. But he was just like mature in the sense, like, don't do this. That's not right. You know what I mean? Like trying to guide him. But I don't know what that beef's about, which is interesting.
Oh, I found out about it. Initially, that guy, right? John Jones came out and said that guy is John Jones 2.0. That's what John Jones said about the whole. And then the other guy, I think, had been like taught by DC, so it's kind of like protege versus protege kind of thing.
Oh, I see.
So
okay.
Initially, people thought that it was about Jones. But that's why people heard him say, "Oh, you haven't beaten me," because they thought that the beef was to do with Jones, but it's not to do with Jones. All it was is that I think DC favored the other guy over him, and the Hawks guy got a bit too excited, said a bit too much, and that was that basically.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So
DC's. I mean, there's better ways to handle. I mean, look. I think at the end, I think you apologized there and then. You got, look, I apologize.
Yeah.
But
he was high on adrenaline, man. He was so high.
What a good fight. I mean, those elbows, man. Those elbows. He found that range, and he was just hitting him with the elbows, and ref had to come and stop the fight.
I gotta see it because I think that fight's up, and the Buckley fight's also up as well. Because
I
was trying
watched.
to find them before, and it showed me was the reaction that I've just told you about.
Yeah.
It didn't show me the fight for about 2 days.
Okay, I mean, I watched all the prelims because that was all on Fight Pass. Great fights, man. Great freaking fights. What a great card. I'm gonna still try and catch the rest of the card if I have time. But yeah, man, awesome fights. Let's catch up on your UFC 275, right? Which was the one in Singapore. Sure. I know we done quick reviews by ourselves, but I want to pick your brains. The main fight, real quick, man. What did you think, Glover and Jerry? I mean, freaking hell, what a good freaking back and forth fight. And what I loved about it is, like, you can clearly see Yuri on the stand up was dominant, and then Glover on the ground game was dominant, and then Yuri ended up submitting him in the last fucking 30 seconds of the 5th round. How amazing, bro! That's freaking epic shit.
Dana White's reaction said it all, I think.
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. He was shocked. Like, it was a crazy back and forth fight. I feel like, and no disrespect to Yuri, if it went to the judge's decision, it would have been Glover's fight.
I think
so too. I really do believe it would have been Glover's fight. That's why I feel like he was like, even though I won it, it wasn't a great fight. I think he knows in himself that he would have lost that fight. So he needs to come back like strong for the next one, because people's gonna see that. I don't know what that was. This is exactly what kind of performance that was, but they're gonna see holes in this game, right? They're gonna see things that they can pick at. But I reckon Glover could have won that fight, man.
30 seconds, man, and he got submitted. And I think maybe, obviously, man, I mean, five rounds right at the end, they're super tired. And I think Glover thought, this guy ain't gonna submit. If he's gonna win, he's gonna freaking win by knockout. So maybe he just did not expect it, and maybe just, during that little scramble, just thought, nah, he ain't gonna submit him. You know what I mean? Like, and he didn't put that defense on, like, or he would have got up better or whatever.
Perhaps, because it was pretty strange. In that moment, it looked as if Glover had just was exhausted, and I was thinking, nah, that doesn't make sense. Like, what you're saying makes it's more likely that he just kind of gave up the goose for a moment and got caught. But either way, man, Yuri did what he had to do. Like, he proved it. It's a great performance, and I hope that they do it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Glover was saying that he's got one more fight probably. I think that legend should just let it go. I think, this is not a bad loss. I mean, yes, he lost the title, but he won the title. It's such a legacy that he's got at that age. I think he should have one more fight, maybe make it one that he can win, finish on top, man. I mean, there's no need.
You don't think?
Yeah, I don't think he needs to chase the belt again. I really don't. I mean,
I think Yuri wants to give him a rematch.
Okay, if he does, then why not? I mean, I thought Yuri and Yan would go next, but I mean, look, say for example, Glover gets another fight next, right? And he just does what he does, and he just beats the shit out of someone. then you're like, oh my god, this guy's still got it in him. Like, okay, let's chase the title again. But if he feels like I reached the top, let it go. Why not, man? You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like you. I know this with you, right? When it comes to the legends, I understand you don't want to see them get hurt. You're like, look, just take it and leave.
trust me,
That's what it
man.
is.
I hate seeing
You wanna,
legends go down bad.
you want
I
to
mean,
protect
listen, he
them.
didn't go down bad. This was a great freaking fight to go off, even if he lost it. I mean,
Yeah,
amazing title fight to go off,
yeah.
even if he lost. So I'm not saying he should retire off this one. I'm not, but I'm just saying maybe do another fight, and then if he feels like maybe do another fight, see how that goes. If he wins, then maybe chase the title. If you lose, then don't be like, oh, I want to chase the title again. Like, let it go. Just have a good fight, win, and then be like, all right, I'm done.
Fair. Yeah, can't argue with that, especially with the legends that you spoke of. I understand why you want them to just have a nice, safe landing and leave.
Yeah, trust me, man. I listen when Silva was going down. He was my favorite.
Yeah.
He's still my favorite fight. I hated it, man. I hated seeing him go down like that. But I love seeing the reincarnation that he's got in boxing. I feel like he could have been a world class boxer if he just
Oh yeah.
continued boxing full time.
I remember watching this video of him when he had this is like the whole yellow and black bumblebee theme all over in a boxing ring, and he was just bobbing his head around, and I was just like, is this gonna happen? Is he gonna do boxing? And that was when they're talking about do for boxing, 2012, 13, something like this. And I was like, maybe we'll just never see it. And now we are, and it's like he's older, yes, but he's still like has like a whole another kind of lifeline, like lifespan for boxing, that like a fresh, reborn version of himself. So it's
So good.
wow. Just
Yeah,
wow.
it's amazing. We'll talk about retirement. We can go into Joanna because you spoke about it earlier. I mean, that
Yeah,
fight,
yeah.
first of all, that fight, the first round was literally like round 6. It was so good. Um, I think what's her name? Zhang Wei Li surprised her with the
Right.
takedown, and I think she was a bit more sharper.
She was
But that it was
strong.
definitely like a round 6, I think. Um, and then in the second round, she got caught with that spinning back fist, and I don't think she's ever been knocked out like that, right? So that was crazy. And for her to retire, maybe she was thinking about it from the beginning, like I'm gonna retire after this. I don't know if it was the emotions and the reaction she after the fight, but maybe she was already thinking about it, which is why she was like, yeah, my decision's made. I'm retiring now.
Maybe, man. I mean, like it's a sad way to go out, but when it happens, it happens when it happens, kind of thing. I think Joanna would have thought about it beforehand because for like obviously I don't know her, but I've heard her articles and her speak many times and say, that she doesn't really need to fight. She makes more money doing this and that. That sounds like somebody who's checked out.
Yeah.
So when I heard that the fight was remade, I was quite surprised. I was like my friend sent it to me, and I'm thinking, no way, like she's back. So I think she would have thought of it before. I'm sure if she won, she would have taken that path. And
For sure, because she
why
beat
not? It's hard work.
yeah, because she beat Carlos Esparza, right? When to win the title, right?
She
So could you imagine
peppered Carlos Esparza.
yeah, so could you imagine if she beat Zhang Wei Li? She would have been like, yeah, I want the title fight and beat her and become the champion again. You know what I mean? So that would have been perfect for her. But
Perhaps.
yeah, I mean, look, she said she can make more money out. She wants to be a businesswoman. She wants to be a mum. Good for her. Like, good for her for
Well,
making.
yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
That's
So
important.
yeah,
Like
man. And then
she
Zhang
went
Wei
on top.
Li, I feel like she's gonna be champ again, bro. She's such a
Yeah,
beast. I feel like she's gonna beat Carlos Esparza, come champ. Rose is
definitely.
her kryptonite. Let's see if she can get Rose again and see if she can beat her. Because I think that would be the one to be like, for me to really be champ, I need to beat Rose, right? So I feel like that, she'll win again. I do think so.
Yeah, I strongly believe that too. I think that's the honorable way of doing it, beating the champ, like beating Esparza, which I think she probably do so for a round because let's face it, Zhang Wei Li is probably one of the strongest in the division. Like, and next to probably Jessica Andrade, I'd say, right? Build wise. So yeah, I mean, if she sits there and Rose tilts on her head, we could easily have that's a third fight, isn't it?
Third fight, yeah. And
Rubber match.
And like we were talking about with that fight with Rose and Carlos Esparza, Rose could have won that if she just threw a strike or two more, like literally a strike or two more. I mean, just the hesitance really is what got her, but she could have easily won that. So I feel like Rose might need to get like redemption by fighting Carlos Esparza, and then Zhang Weili needs to get some sort of redemption fighting. But you know what I'm trying to say? They're in this sort of triangle, which is awesome. And no disrespect to Carla Esparza because she's a two-time champ. Awesome to her. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like, you know, Zhang Weili's going to dethrone her.
Belong there, you're saying.
What's that?
That's what you want to say. She don't really belong in the mix.
She's in the triangle. She's there, bro. But,
yeah, but know, like the Wolves, the Wolves.
Look, credit to her, man. Freaking awesome. Absolutely amazing to go through full cycle and then become champ again. But definitely. I do think Zhang Weili is going to be champ again, and then she'll fight Rose again, and then we don't know. I think that'll be the fight for her to be like, I've got to beat Rose to make sure to solidify myself as a champion, because that's the one that beat me twice.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. That makes the most sense. I hope Rose comes back, gets her sorted out. They'll fight each other, and hopefully we get a rubber match, and we'll see who's really the strawweight champion.
Definitely. And then the last one, since we've got like 7-8 minutes left on that card, was
damn.
Yeah.
Let's run through.
Go so quick, man. Valentina Shevchenko versus Talia Santos.
That was bad. I thought she lost that fight, to be honest. I thought Valentina lost the fight.
I mean,
I thought she lost the fight.
There's always that person that comes in and gives the dominant champion, because you're just like, Valentina's going to take her, and then she comes in and puts in that performance.
I'm telling you, like, she lost that fight. She lost that fight.
Really think
she lost that fight. Just the ground control, and you know, she was getting, you know, I think maybe a second fight, maybe Sheva wins. Maybe she just needed to feel, like I said in my other video, she needed to realize, okay, this is what I'm up against, and then she'll tune up to it. That's what she does.
Yeah,
she's the animal. But I think she lost that fight, to be honest.
Nah, that was a good fight, and I love the fact that it makes her human a bit more. You know, when that happens, it's like, oh, okay, okay, like you know, like we always get that, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah, because you know she does have this demeanor that she's untouchable, and no one has really proven otherwise. You know, so if we see little chinks in the armor, we might think, okay, maybe she might, you know, there might be a bit more excitement in that division. She loses, she come back, you know, rather than her just be a dominant champion forever. You know.
All right, well, let's go on to next week card, because we've got another fight card, fight night. But there's some good fights on this. Look, I'm not gonna lie, the main card, the main fight.
Oh, Neil Magny.
No, well, he's not the main fight. He's a co-main event. So the main fight is Arman Tashuk.
Right.
I can't say the names. And continue.
Tashurkan.
Yeah, and then
Arman Tashurkan.
Yeah, and then Mitsu, I can't say those names, man. But I would have thought, sorry, no disrespect to them, because I'm definitely going to watch the fight. I would have thought Neil Magny versus Shavkat Rakhmonov, because this guy, bro, is another beast. Like, I know we're all talking about Kamzat, but this guy's another beast. And if he makes work of Neil Magny, then he's got to be up there. He just doesn't go around saying, I'm going to kill everyone and whatnot. So that's why he's not that popular. But bro, I like this guy's vibe. He's just got this demeanor. Yeah, bro. This guy, he's just got this demeanor where he's like, looks very friendly and whatnot, but he's a beast, bro. So let's see what happens with Neil Magny. I'm not going to lie. I'm more looking forward to that fight than the main fight.
There's a beast mode. The same guy in beast mode.
Oh damn! Okay.
Yeah.
And then who else you got? You got Umar Nurmagomedov, which is Khabib's brother or cousin. But it's fun to follow a Nurmagomedov just because of Khabib. You know what I mean? Or anyone from his team. It's fun to kind of follow their career as they grow, because you're like, is this going to be another Khabib? Just because of their discipline, the way they work ethic, all that sort of stuff. So I'm always excited to see that, but I'm looking forward to that. You know, I'll definitely watch this card. I can watch it in the comfort of Singapore, in a good time, get some breakfast. Sorry, I know it's hard for you, but it's always easier for me.
I didn't know that Curtis Blades is on this card as well.
Where?
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's Chris Curtis. Never mind. Ignore that. Yeah.
I was about to say, Curtis Blades, did you not even main event on a fight card? That would have been disrespectful.
Yeah, for a second I was like, this isn't. My brain's hurting. This isn't right.
Yeah, cool, man. Well, look, something.
276. You got time for that?
What was that?
I said, do we have time for 276?
No, we got 3 minutes left. I think we should break that down next week.
Sure. All right. All right.
Let's break that down next week. But yeah, we'll talk about this fight next Sunday. I'm glad we got a chance to catch up, even though we're a couple of days late. But anyway, it's difficult, but we'll make it happen.
I got one more thing for you. I got two more things for you. Right. First thing is Jake Paul verbally agrees to fight Mike Tyson for, I think it's 300 million or 150 million. What do you think?
I think Mike Tyson should fuck him up. But listen, Jake Paul's the man. Jake Paul's the man. You have to give him credit. No matter what, you have to give him credit. He is a boxer. He is a fighter. He trains hard. Mike Tyson is old, but we've seen him. He's a vicious, vicious motherfucker. So if you feel like Jake Paul tries to disrespect him or whatnot, I feel Mike Tyson will pull it on him and hopefully fuck him up. And knowing Tyson, he might take that money, put some money towards charity and whatnot. Bless him, man. I love Tyson. And bless Jake Paul. He knows how to make the money and he's a fighter. So good for him.
Fair play. Fair play. Last one for you. Thiago Alves. Remember him?
Yeah.
One-time contender against GSP, welterweight division.
Yeah. I remember. He had good leg kicks and whatnot, man. Powerful leg kicks.
That's right. But then he kind of went a little bit flunky when USADA came in. Anyway, he's in talks to join Eagle FC.
Oh, okay. Eagle FC. I mean, they are getting a whole bunch of old school UFC fighters and whatnot, but it still makes them fun, keeps them relevant a little bit, which is also fun. Yeah, so I'm down. What about MVP versus bare knuckle boxing? What's he? Mike Perry.
Mike Perry. Yeah, that's my next slide. Yeah, what do you think about that one? I mean, what do I think about that? What do you think about that?
Hard fight for MVP. Not MVP. Hard fight for Mike Perry. You got MVP, who's just a distance master, bro. He understands distance so well. I know he can't kick, but he knows that karate style, that fencing style of in and out. Bro, I think it's a hard fight. But Perry that's his kind of fight, man. Let's fucking go. Like, he's going to pull up. Yeah. So it could be an interesting one for MVP, but I just feel the distance and the in and out movement of, he's going to use karate style in boxing. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I feel he's going to take him out.
I feel it because I saw him do it in a boxing match and he made this guy look dumb. He made him look so dumb. But they're actually beefing on Twitter, those two, Perry and MVP. So bringing up the ante, isn't it?
Awesome. Well, good for them guys. Good for Bellator for allowing them to do that and all that sort of stuff.
I was going to say that. Yeah, like, because, he just had that fight for the belt. He lost it. Quick turnaround. He's in BKF. I'm thinking.
Yeah, why not? To keep relevant and whatnot. So,
yeah.
Well, look, bro, we've got less than a minute before we get locked off.
All right.
Got it there. And shit, man, it was good to catch up with you. We'll catch up again next week. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Appreciate you bearing with us. The solo segments and this and that one. So appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, comment, whatever you want to do. Cool. Awesome. All right. We're out. Peace. All right, bro. Let me see if I can get a picture real quick before we get locked off. Come on. 1, 2, 3. All right, bro. Let me stop the recording.